I built the handrail and balustrade for our stairs using leftover timber from building the house. I cut the tallow wood handrail from a much larger board like the one shown here, which is flat but very crooked, as you can see. For the balusters, I used leftover tallow wood roof battens. First, I cut the large crooked tallow wood board down to a manageable width of about 75 to 80 millimeters. I attached a very straight decking board with countersunk screws to give me a straight edge to run against the table saw fence. I didn't get video of milling the long handrail, but this video of a shorter piece shows the technique. The curved edge of the workpiece extends over the straight edge of the decking board, so running it through the saw will cut it straight. Unfortunately, the camera has a mind of its own. After machining the first edge, I cut the board down to near its final width, and then reattached the decking board to the adjacent side to mill the face flat. Now that I have a straight edge and a straight face, I can run the board through the thickness planer several times to smooth all edges and bring it to final dimensions. This short piece of handrail makes the process look easy, but it was a lot harder with the crooked 3-meter long piece. I used the same approach to machine 32 millimeter square balusters from 2-meter lengths of roof batten. Here's the result, nearly 3 meters of very straight handrail with beautiful grain. Next, I needed to cut a 32 millimeter wide by 5 millimeter deep groove running the entire length of the underside of the handrail to house the tops of the balusters. I don't have a dado set for my table saw, so I set up a simple jig to help me cut about 12 consecutive single cuts running the length of the board. This was a bit tricky because of the length and weight of this tallow wood. Then I cleaned out the rest of the waste with a chisel. I cut a notch near the bottom of the handrail to house the 200 millimeter wide post that supports it at the bottom. The notch is cut at an angle to suit the 35-degree slope of the handrail. The edge of the post is not quite parallel with the stairway, so I had a lot of hand planing to do to get the angle just right. Next, I made 2 mounting tenons, which are secured to the beam above the stairs using hidden batten screws. The tenons house into mortises in the upper part of the handrail, giving it strong support without requiring newel posts. I guess I need to buy a bigger drill bit. Let's see how it fits. Not bad. I don't have a drill press, so I made a simple jig to make it easy to drill perpendicular holes into the bottoms of the balusters.
So that product knows that, but that's part of the deal. Thanks very much for coming in for the radio show, but your work's not done yet. We'll speak to you again.
Not going anywhere. We can actually get to the goal.
The balusters are glued onto a dowel at the bottom.
To do that, there is something that Bill Shorten said last week in the course of his press club address that I was stunned when and that it hasn't been commented on. Confidence in our democratic system. It's ordinary for a politician these days to bemoan the decrepitude or become commonplace. But for him to express it the way that he did and for naming national security, that took, and not just because of what he said, but also
Spacers made from tallow wood fit into the groove on the underside of the handrail to keep the balusters the right distance apart. I made another simple jig from MDF to make it easy to get the dowel holes in just the right spots. Things got a little trickier when I made it to the winders near the top. I just had to space the jig off the previous baluster. The video doesn't show the problems I had near the top. Let's just say it doesn't work the same when the handrail levels out. Luckily, I was able to hide my mistakes. I learned a lot from this project, and I think it turned out well. I'm proud that I was able to build it entirely from leftover timber from our build, in spite of the difficulty of milling long, crooked timbers straight.